Hello, my friends. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, make yourself at home. If you don't have a pen and notebook, I recommend that you grab one because you're going to be wanting to make lots of notes in this session. So grab a pen and notebook and be prepared for a massive download. So I'm going to be talking in this video about 5 essential elements of creating a 2020 success plan. No doubt most of you have seen all sorts of things on goal setting and New Year's resolutions at this time of year, and I don't know what you're feeling like at this time of year coming into the whole new decade, but I have a massive sense of excitement, energy, expectation. I'm all about the E words this year, and I just want to help you to really take that excitement and energy that you feel about the new year. Hopefully you're feeling it. If not, you're in the right place, because I'm going to inject some of my energy out through the camera and into your living room or wherever you're watching this. And if you're not feeling the energy, I'm going to give you some energy tonight and help you get inspired about what you want for the year. If you are feeling energized, but you're thinking, oh, every year at this time of year, I feel energized, but I get a few weeks or months down the track and it doesn't always happen, and then I get despondent and I feel discouraged and I don't actually, necessarily execute on the plan. These 5 essential elements are really going to help you. So firstly, what I want to show you is based on years and years of research and science. It's not just me, just making this stuff up. I've been following people who are super successful, and I've kind of taken bits of what they do and put it into these 5 essential elements. And I've also tested and measured them on myself. And it has all the elements to make sure that you don't just set up your goals, but you're going to follow through all the way to the end. Okay, so here we go. The 5 essential elements of a 2020 success plan. Number 1, the first thing you need is a why-based vision. Why-based vision. So the vision that you hold in yourself, I recommend it has a few elements. The first one is the identity of the person that you want to become. A lot of people set goals about what they want to have and what they want to do, but if you want to do and have these things, you first need to be the person that does and has those things, right? So it's a triangle. Instead of starting with what you want to have, just the money goals, the material things, and the things you want to do, think about the person that you want to become. That's the why-based vision. What type of characteristics do you want to have? Who do you want to be known as in 2020? So I recommend that you grab your piece of paper and you write 3 columns, be, do, and have. And you might have set some of these already, but I want you to just brain dump. Who do you want to be? So I've been doing this with my clients this week, and there's things like, I want to be a thought leader. I want to be an authority. I want to be an expert. I want to be a subject matter expert. I want to be strong, courageous, brave. I'm throwing out all these examples. Just catch the ones that resonate with you. I want to be organized. I want to be competent. I want to be seen as reliable, trustworthy, friendly. I want to be seen as thoughtful, loyal, punctual. I want to be masterful as a marketer, masterful as a coach. I want to be masterful as a presenter. What type of person do you want to be? And build this vision of your self-image. It's not just the vision of the house, the car, the wardrobe, although those things are awesome, but build the vision about who you want to be, what type of person you need to be to create that vision, and that strong why about why you want it. Why do you want to be successful? Like, why is it important to you? And think about and you've probably already done this, the words that you want to put over 2020. What's your intention for 2020? What words do you want to declare and put out there as your words? And you'll start attracting it back to you. If you're putting out that energy. Last year, my 3 words were discipline, fun, and courage. And I look back at my year and I was those things. I was disciplined. I did have fun, and I was courageous. So it's amazing just by setting those intentions and building your goals from that why-based vision, from the identity, that who you want to be, the words that you put over the year, and also visual. So I've been working on my vision board. I did this with a friend, a couple of friends yesterday, but it's still got a bit of work to go. But I don't know how you do your vision boards, but I like to put like the words in the middle. So I've got 5 E words for 2020. Explosion, I've got the emoji that goes with it, the boom emoji, and I keep going boom. The guys that I was hanging out with today, they're like, you've probably heard me say boom so many times, right, Mark? You know, that boom emoji, because that's the outcome that I want for 2020. So in order to have that explosion, I need to be an example of possibilities. That's like what I really want to be known as an example of what's possible. So a great role model that inspires me to get up in the morning and do the work and take the actions and execute on the plan, because I want to be that example of possibilities, to be a really great leader. Expectation, you know, to really expect the best, to raise my standard, to expect higher from myself and higher from my results as well. So expectation, and then I've got that I want to do it with a sense of ease. So a sense of calm and peace, and not, because we're talking today, and I've got a great mastermind where we're talking about how we can be super successful. We're all hard workers. We're all like, you know, get it done, go-getters, but we want to achieve success without burnout, right? We want to hit those revenue goals and hit those targets without losing and sacrificing our lifestyle and our joy and our peace and, you know, our emotional well-being. And then growth. And then I've just put some statements here. So with money, I've got my financial goal, which I've also got some words here, like I live in abundance, wealth, and prosperity. The profit I earn blesses the causes I care about. So it's kind of what I'm actually going to do with the money. It's not just, oh, I want heaps of money. It's what I'm actually going to do with it. And the money's going to come from helping people, and it's also going to go towards helping people. So that makes me want to be financially successful. Also some travel goals here. So I've got pictures that represent adventure and like new heights. This one here is like new heights. I love sitting and staring out of a plane window. I get so much inspiration. Does anyone love that feeling as well? I've got, you know, Italy and London and some places I want to go. So I'm still building that out, but that's kind of that visual, to keep it in your face. The main thing is to keep it in your face and not just write your goal and put it in a drawer, or write your goal, put it in a spreadsheet in your computer, and then forget about it, you know, by Q2 in 2020. So start with that vision of who you want to be, what you want, and then start building the plan based on that. Thanks those of you who have joined me. Oh, there's quite a lot of you on here. Hi, Melly. Hi, Frank. Hey, Natasha. Natasha's helped me with this as well. Hi, Louis. Hey, Lauren. Oh, Lauren's joined us from the UK. Hello, good morning. It's morning over this. Hey, Matt. Hey, Mel. Hey, Chloe. Wow. Mark says exponential was one of my words in 2019. That's awesome. I saw that in you, Mark. Exponential growth. Hey, Diego. Hey, Bronwyn. I'd love it if you write some comments, drop an emoji, give me love and likes. It's all good. It all helps to, you know, build that engagement. So that's number one, of the 5 essential elements of the 2020 success plan, is to have a why-based vision. Number 2, and this is one of my favorites, is to have an up-leveling mastermind. Have a mastermind that helps you up level. The whole purpose of the mastermind, it's a small group, focus group that is designed so that everyone up levels, everyone grows, everyone goes into that best version of themselves, and everyone knows what best version is for that person, the goals that they have. Something I was working today in one of my masterminds is we set our intention. We started creating a bit of like a manifesto for the group. We looked at some of the things that we want to do together, and we started talking about everyone's strengths and weaknesses, so that we all can collaborate and bring our best to the mix. And then we did this really cool thing where there was one person getting coached by 3 people. And so one person got the hot seat. It was like, I think the session was like 5 hours nearly. And so everyone got like a good hour of focus on them. And so everyone's like bringing their suggestions, and it was just really cool. Like I feel so empowered and energized. I don't know if you can notice, but it was just really cool, like focused target effort. And I know that when I spend time with people who are going places that are really reaching for the heights, that's going to rub off. You know, we become like who we hang around with. So if you look at your surrounding influences, are they high achievers? Do they want to like push themselves and hold you to a higher standard and consistently meet, you know, not just random, but committed to showing up and being reliable and serving each other and helping and being supportive? Like it's such a game changer. If you read most success books, they all talk about having a mastermind and meeting regularly and knowing that we become who we hang out with. All right, number 3 for having a successful plan for 2020 is having a focused game plan. So a focused game plan is where you know what the game plan is. It's like in sport, you know, they know what the plan is. They're clear on the plan. The coach gives them the plan and they execute. So there's 5 things I recommend in your game plan. What I recommend you start with is your annual priorities. So the annual things in your business that you want to prioritize. So it could be things like I want to prioritize networking, I want to prioritize joint ventures, presenting, you know, whether that's meetups, workshops, webinars. Maybe you want to prioritize copywriting, sales, like all those skills that you need to build as a business owner. So you dump out all of your annual priorities. And all of those things, they're just things that you want, you know, goals for the year for your business. You might put some revenue goals and client number goals. You might want to like create an online course, or you might want to start a podcast. You know, you've got these big annual goals, but then you break it down into actual numbers. So an example of an actual goal that's not a dream, it's not just a wish, is that maybe you want to say, I do 50 Facebook Lives in 2020. 50 Facebook Lives, no matter what, and then you just chip away at that goal. That's what I did last year. I set my goal as 50 articles on my website, and I kind of shifted it by doing Facebook Lives and then getting my intern to transcribe it. But I ended up doing, I think, about 53 on my website. So I just knew that every single week I wanted to show up and give original, valuable content that could really help people. And so committing to that annual goal with the actual number, it was amazing just having that one strategy. It was just like in place in autopilot, and then that was one of the lead generation strategies. So if you think through, what are the lead generation strategies? So it could be, so for example, for me, I set a goal to do at least 10 live workshops, to do at least 5 live meetup evening events, and to do at least 3 webinars. And I did more than that. And you might want to say, I want to become an invited guest speaker. I want to get 5 guest speaking spots. I want to write 50 blog posts. I want to launch 5 new freebies. You know, all of these have numbers on them, and that's what makes it a really solid goal. So it's part of the game plan. You got that. Then you break it down into the quarterly goal. So quarter 1, you just focus on quarter 1. You know, you've got your whole year, but now just think, okay, Jan, Feb, March. What do I want to achieve by the end of March? And this could be one big, bold move. So it could be, for example, a webinar or a workshop or launching a funnel. You know, like a lead magnet, and then a funnel with an email nurture sequence. That's your one big bold move for the quarter. So once you've got that as your goal, then you go into bite-sized goals. And so under that one big bold move, so let's say it's a webinar, that's got lots of goals. You might say, I want to enroll 100 people to the webinar, knowing that maybe 50 will turn up, 50%, you know, actual show rate on a free webinar. And then out of those 50 people, 10 people take me up on my offer for a discovery session, for example, and then I close 5 of them. So you set clear numbered goals, and then those are like your output, like the actual outcome goals, but then you need to set actual tasks. So under the webinar, it's like all the different action steps. So running a webinar is a big project. Like I've got a webinar spreadsheet which has got it's got about 100 things that you need to do to run a webinar. Like, there's so much to it, but once you've done it, it's an incredible asset. But what a lot of people do is they put a project on their to-do list, and then it mixes up and muddles up with their habits and then their skills, and then their it's just, the action plan just gets really mixed up and muddled and confusing, overwhelming, and a confused mind just says, no, too hard. And you find yourself on Netflix. Does anyone relate? So you want to make sure that you separate your habits, your skills, your projects. Creating a website is not an action task to put on your to-do list. It's a massive project, and your brain goes into overwhelm. So you want to make sure on your action list it's just one step. For a webinar, you need a spreadsheet and you tick everything. We don't need it, but I recommend that you have like a checklist and you go through each step by step by step. So that's your game plan. Annual priorities and your goals, quarterly goals, including your one big bold move for the quarter. And then under that, that's going to have goals, and then bite-sized action steps, so that each week you know exactly what you need to do to get your result. So that's number 3. Number 4, how are we tracking, people? Is everyone good? Hi, Edric. Thanks for joining. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got any questions, if this is resonating, if this is sinking in. I know I'm pouring out a lot, so I hope you're all picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, so number 4 is you need a strong no commitment. So a strong no commitment is something you're going to say no to. And I've realized that this year, that if I just keep piling things up on top of my existing schedule and existing goals and existing to-do lists, I'm just going to get massively overwhelmed. So I decided I'm just going to decide what I'm going to say no to. And as soon as I decided it, I just had this massive sense of relief. Like, oh my gosh, I can actually do these goals and have this big vision because I'm clearing things out of my schedule. Instead of pouring and piling things on, I'm creating white space for myself. It's so interesting. I was reading back diary entries from 2016, and I'm saying, I need more space. I need to create more margins. My life is so full. I'm so busy. And that was my goal for 2016. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was 4 years ago. I'm still saying the same thing. Like, I'm so tired of my excuses where I just pack my calendar. So this year I've decided what to say no to, and I'm going to do a new one every month if try and eliminate more and more things from my life. But in order for you to have a successful life and achieve your goals, you're going to have to clear stuff out of your life. It could be relationship or friendships. It could be things that you're wasting time on. So I was coaching one of my clients last night who was telling me, I don't have time to study. I don't know how to put it in without sacrificing my lifestyle. And I said, okay, open up your phone. We're having a session in person. Open up your phone and let's have a look at your screen time. And it turned out that the screen time was 5.5 hours average per day. So we worked it out over 7 days. It was like 35 hours. And this is average. This is nothing to be ashamed of. This is what most people do, is hours and hours on their phone. And can you imagine just one decision, a strong no commitment, to just eliminate so much of that and cutting it. I'm not saying don't go on social media, but you might say, okay, I'm going to reduce it from 4 hours to 2 hours. For me, I said no to Netflix. No Netflix in January. And suddenly all the spaciousness and energy has opened up. It's incredible. I feel so good. I've been writing my goals, reading books at night instead of watching Netflix. It feels really good. And I never thought that I could commit to something like that. But in order to get your goals, you've got to say no to things. So what are you gonna have as a strong no commitment? That's number 4. And then, oh, thanks guys. Hey Claire, thanks for joining. And then number 5 is to have, what I recommend is to have a monthly habit focus. So with your monthly habit focus, you focus on one habit for a month. And if you think about it, if you nail one habit every month, by the end of 2020, you've got 12 brand new, awesome success habits Like, how cool would that be? 12 new habits. So last year I had this app called Streaks. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's really cool. So it's called Streaks, and you can just add your goal here. So last year I had, like you can see on this, oh sorry, it's a bit bright. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the next page I had another 6. So I had 12 habits, and I was trying to do these 12 habits. It was like daily meditation, daily journaling, daily exercise, 12 things. And I did it for the first quarter. It's really successful. Quarter 2, things started dropping off. By quarter 3, I hadn't even looked at the app. I didn't even want to look at it because it was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally failing at that. So now what I've done is I've got 2 things on there, but my focus is daily journaling. And all of January, it's just daily journaling. Because I know that if I write every single day, it brings me back into mindfulness. And it's like one domino that knocks over heaps of other dominoes. If you think, you know, like that one domino and it knocks over all the rest. If I can daily journal, it helps me stay present, focus on my goals, helps me brain dump all, you know, get rid of all of that, you know, it's a cleanse at the end of each night. It helps me plan. I do planning in my journaling. I write out my visualization. I write my goals. So it just is one habit that covers so many for me. So what's that one keystone habit that, Charles Duhigg in his book, The Power of Habits, he talks about the one keystone habit that if you get that one thing, it's going to affect every other area of your life. And for you, it might be every morning going for a walk. And that one walk is going to set you up for success, and all of the other habits are so much easier to do because of that one habit. So it's that one habit that knocks down all the rest of them. So just to recap, here are the 5 essential elements of a 2020 success plan. Number 1, have a why-based vision. Keep it in your face and make sure that you include your identity, your words for the year, your intention for the year, and exactly who you want to be. Number 2, have an up-leveling mastermind. A mastermind where you meet regularly in person with these people. These people are all about growth, up-leveling, supporting each other, holding each other to account, and helping hold you to a higher standard, like best version of yourself and your potential. Number 3, have a focused game plan. In the game plan, I recommend you put annual priorities, annual goals, quarterly goals, bite-sized goals, action steps. Number 4, have a strong no commitment. What are you going to say no to in 2020 to allow all the space and room for the things that are most important and meaningful for you? And then number 5, have a monthly habit focus. Remember, it takes time to build a habit. Some people say 21 days, some people say 30 odd days, some people say 60. It really depends on you, and it depends on the goal. And I like 30 days. I like using a month because it's just a pure focus month on one goal. Have an accountability partner. So I've got an accountability partner who we're checking in on each other for that monthly habit. And just make it a priority. Just say, right, line in the sand, 2020, I'm leaving behind all of that in 2019, and I'm going for this new me. And just know that it's possible. Know that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. You've got to put the action steps in place. It's not just about dreaming. It's about, okay, having your head in the clouds, but your feet on the ground. So you've got that really groundedness with your vision as well. Thank you for joining me. I wish you a beautiful evening, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care. Bye for now.